a cause for celebration for the ACC. It's not perfect, but you got two teams in the college football playoff. Not perfect, but you did it. The hair on your chinny chin chin. You made two teams in the college football playoff just barely. SMU in as the 11th seed, Clemson in as the 12th seed. And in case you are wondering, yes, it is out of 12 teams. So the second to last and last seed in the entire deal are ACC teams, but they're in. I hosted the Adam Gold Show earlier today, so for those of you that are sticking around, first of all, appreciate you. You may have heard this. I don't believe in scripted. I don't believe anything is rigged. I don't believe, you're right, when Steph Curry has a chance to hit a game-winning three, I'm not like, the NBA set it up. I don't think when the Chiefs get another call from the refs, I do not believe that there's some conspiracy theory with someone calling in saying, like, make sure the Chiefs win. But if I did believe in conspiracy theories, if I was somebody that was, trying to find what's, the matrix, I would say the ACC set up the ACC championship. Because if you watch the ACC championship, it looked like Clemson was going to boat race SMU early. And if Clemson boat races SMU, then I believe the committee puts Alabama in over SMU. Clemson gets in. They're the last seed in the whole deal, and that's it for ACC representation. But SMU, again, if you believe conspiracy theories, got the old hat tip wiggle nod, wink, wink, like, don't worry, we got you. They storm all the way back, force overtime. Clemson wins. That is perfect scenario for the ACC because now Clemson gets in with the automatic bid. They wouldn't have gotten in if they lost, regardless of how close they kept it. And SMU, who was 8th in the rankings before the game, gets a close loss to a top 25 team in Clemson, overtime. Can't get closer, so they only fall to 11th, and they get in. It was perfect for the ACC, which made the College Football Playoff Committee get it perfect as well. And it's hard to be perfect in that situation. I really have no qualms with seeding. I have no qualms with who got in, who didn't get in. I have no problem with Alabama missing. I like that Alabama missed. They lost 3 games, including 2 really bad ones. It's credit where it's due. All season, I've ranted and raved against the way that the College Football Playoff Rankings Committee did things, and I still don't know if their mechanism was right. I don't know if their process was correct, but they got to the right answer. They are the kid on the middle school math word problem with just scratches and numbers and it looks like complete gibberish, but then they have the correct answer circled, and you're just like, I don't know how you got there, but I'm going to give you half credit just for it being the right answer.
It's like, well, here we are.
But yeah,
you still got there.
The 7 was the right answer. I don't know why you drew, a 1,700 letter algebra equation over on the left side. All you had to do was divide by 4. But you got there. Ward Manuel, the spokesperson, who again I've critiqued a lot about the answers he's given throughout the year, was asked why SMU over Alabama, and this was his answer.
We looked at the number of wins that Alabama had against ranked opponents. We looked at SMU's schedule, and they were undefeated in conference. Their losses were to ranked teams. But we also looked at Alabama's loss to unranked teams. And it was quite a debate. I mean, we value strength of schedule. That's why Alabama, as a 3-loss team, is ranked ahead of other teams that have 2 losses. It is something that we talk about quite a bit, but in the balance of it, in the way SMU played in that game, losing on the last-second field goal, great win by Clemson, great game. We just felt that in this particular case, SMU still had the nod at 10 above Alabama, but it's no disrespect to Alabama's strength of schedule. It's merely looking at the entire body of work for both teams.
I hate that had to be the answer. I like that. That's actually the right justification for once. It's not eye test. It's like, no, we looked at what they did this year, and SMU did better things. I just hate that it had to be explained because in the past, it hasn't always been that way. It had nothing to do with NFL future talent or brand name, or we liked the way they looked in this one contest against this one. It was we looked at the results, and SMU had better results. Who would have thunk that the College Football Playoff Committee would come up with the logical, basic explanation at the last possible second for why to put a team in?
I thought that was AI for a second when I was like, wait, hold on.
You nailed it. Way to go. Credit where it's due. I will say this, though, and this isn't the committee's fault, unless they also structured it. The obvious issue that needs to be fixed is the bye structure.
Yeah.
Because what it does is it sets it up to where the 5th seed who doesn't get the bye, you could argue has an easier path than the 1 seed who does get the bye. Because the 1 seed is going to face Oregon, the 1 seed, is going to face Tennessee or Ohio State in their first game. There's arguments out there that Ohio State's the second best team in college football right now. Penn State, who just lost to Oregon in the conference championship game, is going to play SMU, who, let's be real, isn't terrifying the best teams in the country, followed up by Boise State if they win that. Would you rather face
the 6th seed? Yeah.
Would you rather face SMU and Boise State or Ohio State?
Yeah. If you're Tennessee, yeah, you got to play.
Well, Tennessee has to face Ohio State. I'm saying,
yeah, what's it?
Oregon.
Tennessee.
I was just saying, I would just pick the higher seed. So, would you rather face either Tennessee, who just beat Ohio State, or Ohio State? That's the situation for Oregon, or SMU followed up by Boise State, which is the situation for the team that Oregon just beat to get the bye. That's putting teams that maybe aren't the best 4 teams into the bye, make it so the teams that are moving into the bye, that don't have the bye, might be in better situations than teams that do have the bye, which just seems wrong. I think the structure needs to change a little bit, and I don't know if it's like reseeding after the first round. I don't know what the move is, because you could just say the highest ranked team still alive plays the lowest ranked team with a bye, and vice versa. So then Oregon would play whatever the lowest seed to advance is, which would save them from getting kind of messed over. But that needs to be changed. But the 12 teams in and how they got there, I'm fine with it.
I thought the committee, if they would have left SMU out, would have set a pretty dangerous precedent.
Horrendous. Teams wouldn't play in their conference championship.
Exactly. There'd been no wait. Like, for example, why would SMU be penalized for playing in the conference championship when they had an 11-1 season, where Indiana is just sitting at home, not good enough to play in their conference championship, and got blown out in their 1 loss, and they're fine?
You'd see an undefeated team take a dive in like the last conference game if they do the math and realizes it gets them out of the conference championship.
Yeah, I think they would have set a pretty dangerous precedent if they had done that, and I'm happy that they didn't.
Although they did set a pretty dangerous precedent last year when they didn't put an undefeated conference champion Florida State.
There's that.
But neither here nor there. This year they did it right, so we don't need to keep criticizing. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan.
Let's go Stangs.
Let's go Stangs. Let's go Tigers.
No. Clemson's suing the ACC. They can get their butts kicked for all I care.
I will say Clemson has a gettable path through the bracket. Texas did not scare me against Georgia.
Oh, God, no.
Quinn Ewers didn't look like he had the moxie. And then Arizona State in the second round would be lovely, even with Skater Boy Scatabo at running back for Arizona.
That game might be 57-54.
But true. But if Clemson beats Texas, which is a big if, but I think it's at least possible, then their path to the semifinals becomes darn near easy.